very well today. I thought we not only defended them and fought through a bunch of screens and worked our tails off defensively, but I thought we executed offensively pretty well. Got the ball to our two seniors a bunch, and it was good to see those guys play well and make big shots. I'm happy for Milt.
Brett, did you send a message to Milt or anything about shooting?
A little bit. I mean, I talked to both guys a couple days ago after the Duke game and just told them to hang in there. That I know they were disappointed, and that our players are going to look at them a lot, whether they realize it or not. Our players are going to watch how they carry themselves in practice, how they carry themselves around the team, and then I just talked to both of them a little bit about Milt. We've got to find more ways to get him shots, and he's got to stay aggressive. And we added one or two plays that really not a big deal for him. And then Book, I just told him how well I thought he played against Duke, and that we want him to continue to try to maintain that level and continue to defend and rebound. And we'd work to get him the ball, and both guys responded well. And we gave him a day off on Thursday, I guess it was. They didn't practice, everybody else did, and kind of tried to rest them a little bit. And I thought they played with great energy today.
Was there a message to the other guys on the team to feed those two the ball?
Not any more than usual. I mean, we talked about getting Milt some shots, and I mean, the guys know that we need to do a better job of looking inside. We watched film on the Duke game, and we saw that there were times we got the ball to Book, and there were other times we didn't, where he was open. We've shown our guys that a bunch this year, and then there was penetration situations that we really had to improve, and that's not going to be solved without months and months of work. But I think our guys did have the idea that we were going to play inside out today, and we did.
You talk about sending a message to your players. At one point during the second half, you were sending a message to the crowd asking them to,
Yeah, I don't do that very often. I'm not a big guy who likes to, but our team is working so hard, and I'm not on our fans at all because they've been supportive, and we haven't played well at times to deserve as much support as we've gotten. But that's just one of those things where you're in a fight, and it's a possession game, and everyone's important, and I'm pleading with our guys to continue to compete and defend and fight. And we're not a very dynamic offensive team, obviously, and so the defensive end is where they can help us the most, is when they're yelling and making it hard to score and putting some doubt in the opponent and helping our guys get a little extra juice. That's when the fans are going to help us the most. And so I was just encouraging them to stand up and support their guys.
How much did you guys need this one, just to kind of get over that hump and just get a winning confidence?
Yeah, we needed that. We needed it. You can keep playing, but it's hard. I mean, it's hard when you're not winning, and momentum builds both ways. And this was a significant win because we've been working at it pretty hard and competing, and it's just hard for those guys that aren't. We're not playing as many guys sometimes as even I normally would, and so those guys need to see some good things happen. And when you see some good things happen, it keeps you excited to go to the next day. And so this was a significant win for our team.
What does it mean for the team when you see Milton play that kind of intensity? He was just saying how he made a concerted effort to really be a little talkative, be very emotional out there, and kind of wear his heart on the sleeve.
He is an emotional guy, and every once in a while it can work against him, but it can also be a very big positive. And, that was positive because our guys see him, and our guys respect Milt's knowledge. They respect when he tells them something, he has a very good feel for it. And so they're excited to see him compete like that and show his emotion. Devin is so much the other way that it's hard when your seniors aren't vocal guys. It makes it harder. To be honest, it puts a lot more on me. And after a while, it's easy for players to tune a head coach out, especially if things aren't going well. It's just human nature. And so when the players are coaching themselves, when things are team-directed or player-directed, your team is always better. And so to see Milt play well and to have a couple good things happen and for him to continue to have some juice and some energy and to talk to our guys was significant.
How do you try to get Milt to, because there's been some games where he finishes with 6 shots, 5 shots, how do you try to get him to be more assertive out there, more aggressive in shot taking?
Well, some teams, there are different situations. Sometimes he's guarded harder and it's not as easy to get him the ball. He sometimes passes some things up. Like he missed a couple early, and he I think he might even had an air ball. And, he came right to the bench, and I told him, I said, hey, man, you got to keep shooting now. Today we need you. I mean, not a big thing, but Jordan Roper not being out there, that's one of our better three-point shooters, and now he's not out there. And I mean, Adonis and Rod aren't all of a sudden going to start making 3 threes in games very often. So we're going to need somebody to make some shots, especially the way Virginia plays. So you got to have that mentality to score and be aggressive. You might miss a couple, make a bad one, make a bad play, but we got to keep going. And he responded, and you know, it really helps our team a lot.
Milton said he talked to the guys about being 8-8. You know, that right now the focus should just get back to 500 in the conference. Is that, I guess, a significant?
Yeah, I don't. You know, that's a player whose mind goes racing to 900 things that you guys like, because then it's easier to quote. But really, we just need to worry about what's next. And you know, you can't start thinking about what your ACC. I mean, there's 18 games in an ACC season. It doesn't. You know, that part of it, worrying about what we're going to be. You got to get better as a team. You got to play better. You got to find a way to win a game. Today was important for us to find a way to win a game. And you know, we need to try to do it again on Tuesday against an improved Wake team. So, and it'll be a scratch and claw type game. That's the way all our games are going to be if we're doing well.
Can you talk about your offensive execution going down the stretch today in the game? Both teams are playing great defense, and you're having to work to get everything you did during the game.
You know, I thought real late, I thought we were just okay, but there were stretches in the game, even in the first half. I was really pleased with how we played in the first half. I know we only had 24 points and we didn't shoot a very good percentage, but we got the ball to book in some good situations. We got some other shots that are very makeable shots that you need to make. So I was really pleased with how our guys were moving the ball. I thought we were moving it better, looking for the next pass. I thought we got some good things. We just, you know, there are times we don't make enough shots, and that's hard. Obviously, in the second half, we made more shots. We in both halves we were getting to the free throw line, which is important. Whether it was through the pass in the book or whether it was off some penetration, you know, we were attacking and played with the more aggressive mentality for most of the game.
What was the key to getting it to book so often?
I think you know, there were a few actions that we ran to try to look for him, but I think it was just, you know, guys keeping their heads up. I think it was making extra passes. I think it was, you know, I don't know that it was a lot more than a lot of other games, but I do think, you know, we made a concerted effort to go there. And, you know, some of it is Book working now. You know, Book's got to work. You know, he's going to be guarded differently. He's going to be, you know, for the first time in his career, he's the top man on a scouting report. And teams are going to figure out ways to try to slow him down, and he's going to have to work harder to find touches. It's not just about the guys like not throwing it in. I mean, he's got to find angles to get touches and get fouls, and he's been working really hard. You know, he's playing very well right now. I'm proud of him.
He and Milt shot 23 times. The rest of the team only shot 10. Can that be sort of a formula for success?
Well, this is a lower possession game because both teams, you know, when you play against Virginia, and sometimes when you play against Clemson, you know, we both get accused of like playing so slowly, but you don't get credit because you're not getting a lot of fast shots against Virginia, and usually you don't get a lot of fast shots against us. You got to work some clock, and so the possessions grind not because of the offense, but because of your defense. Your defense is hard to score against, and so. You know, you're not going to have as many possessions because you're going to be on defense against Virginia for 20 to 25 seconds, most possessions. But certainly getting those guys more touches, getting them high field goal attempts, we want to try to do that, and that needs to be part of our recipe for success.
Oh, good. All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Coach.